Welcome back to my channel, Megan at the Red Studio. We are talking again today. Okay, so this is just a light topic, nothing serious. It's things to quit in your life, you know, and this is to move forward with your life, to enjoy life, to be happy, you know, so that you can just be. A lot of the times we hold ourselves back, and this isn't good, and you know, I find it a real problem, and you know, I for one have done it plenty of times, and you know, it holds you back because you create so much self-doubt in your life. So, you know, these are just things to quit. So, with number one, quit trying to please everybody. Each person is going to have their own issues with you or with their own life. You can't please everybody, and you know, in trying to do so, you're just going to tire yourself out, frustrate yourself, and at the end of the day, it's not worth it. And you have to be selfish and take yourself into account. You can't please everybody. Even if you do get it right to please a few, it's generally only appreciated by a handful, and that's not the way to live life. Number two, fearing change. And change, I think, can always be a good thing, and you know, it's why do people fear change? Because they're going into the unknown. They don't adapt easily, and you know, it's difficult to accept change, and you know, it shouldn't be feared, because most of the time change works out for the better. And you just have to believe that it is going to be better, you know, for you, and you have to assess the situation. Next thing to quit, number three, is living in the past. Your past cannot be changed no matter what you do, and you know, living in the past is holding you back, because you're focusing on what could have been, what might have been, what if, holding on to grudges as well. You're tiring yourself out, and it's not good for your health. It really isn't. You know, when you're holding on to the past, living in the past, you've got no goals, no motivation, nothing actually, and it's sad, you know, because it holds you back so much, because you think of these things that could have been, that might have been, you know, what if you'd done this differently, would have it changed something in life? You know, probably, but you can't focus on that, because you just can't change the past. Number four, putting yourself down in self-doubt. This is a big thing, because you know, self-doubt and putting yourself down doesn't only come from yourself, it comes from listening to others. Now, this can be friends, it can be family, it can be, you know, even work colleagues, and it's listening to their negativity or criticism or judgment or whatever issue they have with you, and replaying this in your mind, and whatever negativity they have said about you, and you can't let this carry on. You doubt yourself, therefore you don't do things in life. You feel you're not good enough for, whether it's a job, whether it is friends, whether it is relationships. That's where the self-doubt comes in. You're not good enough to achieve, to have nice things in life. It comes down to holding you back so much, and you can't let that happen. Ways to move past this would be to set goals, do small things that help you achieve those goals each day. Motivate yourself, whether it's with quotes, affirmations. Move past it. So then, number 5 to quit doing in life would be overthinking. The minute you start overthinking, you start procrastinating, and it's another thing that holds you back, tires you out. You don't get anywhere because you're overthinking so much, and your mind just doesn't stop. Because the minute you start overthinking is when you get to, okay, if it's done like this, we'll have that result, we'll have this result if we do it like that, and so on. And you just stay in the same place because you're thinking and thinking and thinking and not doing anything. So just quit it. Set yourself goals, work out a plan, work out a calendar, day planner, whatever you need to move forward, do it. So our next one is following the crowd. Just because everybody else is participating doesn't mean that you need to do it as well. Whether it's gatherings, events, peer pressure, leave it alone. And I can't stress this more enough, because you're making yourself miserable at the end of the day. And for what? Just to come down to pleasing people again. You have to be a certain way to fit in, or you're on your own. And sometimes it's just better to be on your own. And you can't really, it's basically comes down to self-respect and self-love and self-care. You can't live your life without that. Our next one is procrastination. Again, not getting things done, putting them off until the last minute. Just quit it. Why do you want to hold yourself back in life when there are so many moments to enjoy, so many things that you can do, learn, experience, and make memories? You are putting something off for a later stage that you might do it when you feel it's right to do it. And you can't carry on like that. It's draining once again, it's tiring, and then you get put back in the circle into self-doubt again, because you are putting this off, you're thinking, overthinking it, then you are doubting yourself as to whether you can do it. I'll do it when I feel right. No, quit that. And negative people, quit them too. If you surround yourself with negative people, you're going to be negative in the long run as well. Now, negative people, they're never happy, they're always complaining, always gossiping, have nothing nice to say, they're unkind. Just get rid of them. You don't need them in your life. And I don't care how, well, it doesn't really matter how close they are to you, because, at the end of the day, you have the right to choose who you want in your life and who you don't want in your life. And people's negativity and negative people are just going to bring you down at the end of the day. So you can't have them in your life if you want to be productive, if you want to be positive, if you want to move forward. And it's just going to take you back into the horrible circle of self-doubt, criticism, procrastination, overthinking. Just quit that as well. For our last one, we have comparing yourself to others. And we all have our insecurities. How we deal with them is what I think defines us, and makes us stand out. Because, if I take myself for example, I have insecurity about, let's say, my hair, or about my weight, or about my height. I've had these at one time or another, and you move on, you get over it, you enforce positivity, and you don't compare yourself to others, because so what if the dude is living in a upper class estate, driving the latest sports car. Yes, he's got all those material things, but how much debt has he got that he's got all of those things? Because at the end of the day, you might be living in a house, you've got food, you've got clothing, you've got electricity, you're surrounded by loved ones, and you might not have the extra material things, but you've got the basics, and you're debt free. Whereas he might be happy and have a few of the basic things that you've got, but he might be in a lot of debt. You don't know. So why compare yourself to someone else? And we do this, because of the way society is. Get beauty magazines, you get normal health magazines, and they say, you need to look like this, or you need to look like that. No, you don't. You need to be happy with yourself. You need to accept yourself, you need to love yourself, you need to respect yourself. And this is how you move forward, by doing all of those things, by taking care of yourself. You don't need to be like anybody else. You don't need to have what everyone else has. You can take any situation and turn it into a good situation if you want to. So that was my things of what to quit in life. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Please follow the social handles. We've got the funding page below as well if you want to contribute to that. Until next time, thanks.